Bowl 51. We're on the Radio Row with a guy who I've been here for 23 Super Bowls, and I think you have been a guest on my program for 23 consecutive Super Bowls. I think you like me, Lee Steinberg. I think
he likes me.
He likes me.
Really
likes me.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
A little Sally Field reference. Yeah, Luke doesn't think I watch movies, but
you just don't watch many of them.
This is an entertainment.
We're not talking about porn, okay?
No, not
like
short films. We're talking
real plot,
with a plot. All right,
yes.
like the '70s porn. Right, exactly. What's going on in your world, man? I mean, we follow each other on Facebook. I know you're throwing a party down here on Saturday. I'm going to crash it as I always did. I hope to not be hungover. I mean, I can't. I have to admit that I went out with Chad Brown. And,
first of all,
and I know you're sober, so that's good.
First of all, that's like fake news because you're invited every year.
Okay. It's an alternative truth that I have to beg you to get in. What are you promoting? You're always doing something good.
Well, at the party, we'll be doing humanitarian awards. So these are for philanthropy to try to highlight what teams and people in football are doing that's positive. So we give an owner's award. This year it goes to Clark Hunt, who has the Hunt Family Foundation. It's given millions to charity. He's the owner, Chiefs. Then the executive will be Rick Smith from the Houston Texans. The coach, Bruce Arians, who helps kids that are stuck abandoned and stuck in a court system. The player, Steve Smith.
There we go.
Steve Smith Sr.
We know him a little bit.
Who's got a really cool foundation that, helps with abused women, domestic violence, a whole bunch of different things. And then Warren Moon will get the Retired Player Award. He's got his Crescent Moon Foundation. And then Earl Campbell will get the BBVA Compass, which is our sponsor, the bank, Live Bright Award for all sorts of things he does. So it'll be the usual fusion of big business, politics, sports, and entertainment. And we'll be bringing our rookies, people like Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback from Texas Tech, Jamal Williams, running back from BYU. We've got a whole series of a big offensive tackle from SC named Chad.
Chad Wheeler?
Yes.
Yeah.
Chad Wheeler. Anyway, that's a function of 25 radio interviews yesterday.
Understand. Completely understand.
And too many today.
I thought I was your favorite.
Not enough Z's, right?
You are my favorite, but this was your slot, you see. So it's like I don't want to be bored.
I saw your Facebook yesterday. It was like you did like 40 interviews. It's you're back in the business now, and seeing young players, and they've seen Jerry Maguire, and they've seen your struggles, and you always put up how many days on the sunny side of the street for you, and that unto itself is its own message of you sort of fighting back and doing this again, and being involved at the level you were 20 years ago. You see that Falcon quarterback up there? It reminds me of my Steve Bartkowski jersey, 1979. So I had to bring that up with
Yes. Well, the reason I put the days of sobriety up is so that if somebody's out there depressed, hopeless, struggling with alcohol or addiction, that they understand that there's 12-step programs, that there's help available, and to try to make some good out of the fact that I'm about to be 7 years sober, and there's no reason to hide real life problems. It's trying to help people, and it's fun being back on the cutting edge in sports, and having these role model programs going on. We got a new one that's called Project Hear Us, combat bullying.
Okay.
So you get kids in middle school and high school who are bullied either in a physical sense or verbally, or you gotta love Radio Row.
Radio Row's a scene.
No,
it's
but look,
a
this is a guy who owns a pizza company. right?
Right.
And he's got groupies around him.
It's a little bit similar to Tim Tebow, from what I remember.
Well, I understand, but Tim Tebow is an actual athlete, okay? Tim Tebow won the Heisman Trophy.
We're all athletic supporters.
Thank you.
I think it's what we are, yes.
Right. But anyway, so the point is that the toxicity of that bullying crushes self-esteem, and people go through the rest of their lives not feeling, equal to or as good as. So athletes sit atop the food chain in the culture of most high schools or middle schools. So if they become the people who are pushing tolerance instead of being the bulliers themselves, you can really change the culture of those schools quickly. So we're getting pro and college athletes to work with high school athletes to change the culture of those schools.
Well, Luke was a teacher, elementary school teacher, and that's
5 years.
A major part of the playground, that things that go on, right? And every school, everywhere.
Well, no doubt about it. I mean, it's important. I mean, we have to provide environments that are positive.
Lee Steinberg joining us here on Radio Row in Houston. You tried so hard to bring a franchise to Los Angeles, to get a stadium built in Los Angeles. You have opined in your blog online about Los Angeles. Here's where we are, right? Chargers, Rams. We talked about it for years, for you, decades, literally, that it wound up this. It's got to be shocking from where your mind was 20 years ago or 10 years ago, maybe not 10 months ago, though.
Well, a couple of years ago, it's actually been a year and a half ago, I predicted there'd be two teams back here. It's not, I think, stopped St. Louis from moving to Phoenix and stopped Baltimore from moving to Indianapolis. We wouldn't have seen what we then next saw, because St. Louis then had no team, Baltimore then had no team, and instead of expanding to those two cities, they expanded to Carolina and Jacksonville.
The league has loved the leverage of having someone ready, and there's no one left anymore, right?
So St. Louis steals LA's team, Baltimore steals Cleveland's team, and it just goes round and round and round. So I don't think that you ought to have a situation where teams claim to be part of the civic fabric of a city, your Baltimore Ravens, your Baltimore Orioles, with the implied concept that you come through thick and thin, and that you support them through thick and thin, and then move. So, but having said that, we, meaning the mayor, the political figures, the citizens of LA, did not bring back the Rams. We still wouldn't have a team. It was Stan Kroenke in the NFL that brought the Rams back.
Well, he smelled the money and made the investment.
And they should have done the same thing in San Diego. They should have up
on the draft.
Thanks, Nestor.
It's always nice to visit with you.
It's great to see you.
Lee Steinberg joining us here on Radio Row. We are in Houston, Super Bowl 51 coverage. You can find anything you missed in the Bayou Toyota Audio Vault 24 hours a day from anywhere in the world. And, of course, our London trip on sale at the Road Trips tab at WNST.net as well. We are WNST.net, AM 1570, and WNST Towson, Baltimore, and we never stop talking Baltimore sports. And WNST.net. I'm already having fun with this guy here. He is a Hall of Famer. It was hard to beat him when he was on the other side. We welcome in Derek Brooks. On behalf of K Jewelers, you said to me, my jacket, my ring, and your hat. And we're looking for places we could go. How about this shirt?
Yeah.
Greg Sager looking.
That's what I was saying. You represent a great man in the battle that he had and inspired a lot of people. So I say the combination of the four of these things, we can do great things.
My wife battled leukemia twice over the last 3 years and had her life saved on the bone marrow registry. So, we try to give back and swab and get young, good-looking guys like you on the bone marrow registry to save more lives.
Well,
That's what
thank you. Well, I raised my hand because I'm already there.
Nice.
So I am a registered organ donor across the board. So I told my wife if and when the Lord calls me home, if there's anything left in this body to give someone else, by all means do it. So I understand the journey that you guys are on.
We'll talk about Kay and Hall of Fame and the ring and the jacket and all that. But the first thing you said to me when you sat down is, you said, Baltimore, you got an Arena Football League team, and I've known this to be happy.
No, the owners such as themselves that are NBA, NHL owners that own arenas. So now when you start to switch up the ownership types, you won't have the guys that are in, the guys that are out. You have a brand that can build over time, and that's what we're trying to do. Yes, we got a few less teams, but our expansion plan is very aggressive in what we're looking to do for 2018 moving forward with the same like-minded owners with a good nucleus. And now once we do that, now for my mind, how far ahead I think you can approach the NFL is talk about development conversations and what that looked like, because I know the NFL wants some type of development league, development partner, etc. Well, arena football could probably suffice that space once we get the right group of owners in place to do it. So twice to Washington and once to Baltimore. So I'm excited about it, and I'm glad that I've been involved with it the last 5 years. I had an opportunity to grow and transition away from football into the executive role, and it's been a fun ride. It's been a bumpy ride, but it's been fun.
Well, it's interesting about this because I went down to the press conference and I said, I've been to all these, minor league hockey, basketball, things that don't work. The thing that is interesting is how decorated the owners are, and they have deeper pockets, and they're not some guy in a basement trying to fund a football team.
Right.
That these guys know how to operate. That's part of the
that you said. It's about what springboard for monumental sports. So they bring expansion other than 1996 when the Carolina Panthers and the Jacksonville 95 or I believe with the Jags and the Charlotte team expanded. We bringing in 2 teams, in 1 year. That's in each other's backyard. So it's that type of forward thinking, but as you said, with the proper owners in place that allows us to have that long-term vision.
Derek, you being a Hall of Famer and having the credibility that you bring as one of the great defensive players of all time, and certainly haven't been that far removed from your playing career.
Obviously in the NFL and didn't look back. So you've got several guys that have had NFL and AFL, just say the quarterback development. You get a chance to have a third-string practice squad quarterback, for example. Where else can you develop him that's going to throw the ball 98.9% of the time? Arena football.
Sure.
So you want him throwing. Now, yes,
almost like the Ravens offense last year.
Yes,
Yeah.
It's different angles, different spaces, and that comes with the setup of the game. But the actual what you want him to do to develop is pass the football. That's what's happening. So, yes, there is a lot of space and obviously, some further discussions, but I think the AFL can be a legitimate choice or a legitimate franchise or a legitimate entity when the NFL looks at development league partners.
A lot of credibility from the Hall of Famer Derek Brooks. You're here for K Jewelers.
Yes.
You going to make me sing?
No, I'm not going to make you sing because you're going to volunteer. Here's why.
Oh, man, here's
We
leadership
sing.
coming in. We're seeing a locker room leadership now.
We sing.
You're going to tell me what I'm going to do and how I'm
Yes,
going to do it.
and K Jewelers, people post videos, sing the jingle. This begins with K.
Can I pick this up here?
Yes, K will make a $100 donation once you put the hashtag, let's get K.
Can I pick this up here?
Yes, K will make a $100 donation once you put the hashtag, let's get the hashtag right. I don't want to mess it up.
No, I get my reading glasses out.
Yes,
here.
no, but the hashtag sing of you sing, but you got your time to give.
Sure.
So spend 10 seconds, sing the jingle, post this hashtag, and they make a donation on your behalf.
You stole Marcus Allen's ring.
No, I don't.
Yeah, it's right here. It's Marcus.
I have my own. But
Marcus brought it by the other day. We
know,
had fun.
I was just messing with you. But that's the charity part. And the business part of 14 days from now, let's just face it, for women, is Christmas again. K can help men serve that purpose by being a good steward on Valentine's Day.
I am aware of February 14th. I am married.
Yes, and the 15th, 16th, 17th, all the way up. But K Jewelers, obviously, #1 jewelry store in America, helping guys fulfill their Valentine obligations to their significant other or their wives. And I'm proud to be associated with them because not only they're partners of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, but in doing that, all the older living Hall of Famers get the updated ring that we're wearing. But you still got to have somebody tell it. So,
Watching him play?
Oh, yeah, we being from Florida.
Right.
We grew up watching each other play, and then we played.
Record positions had
Sing for St. Jude donation. Hashtag seen.
When this isn't
for
written
St.
down
Jude
right in
donation.
front of me, this is why I wear the reading glass.
Yeah.
Big plans to help them.
Yes.
I mean, it says Baltimore on it, and my friends own the team. We're going
Wanna
to
make
do
it
our
work.
best. We're going to make it work.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
You got it. There he goes, Derek Brooks, Hall of Famer. We're live on the Super Bowl Radio Row. It is Super Bowl 51. We're down here in Houston at the George Rufus Brown Convention Center. You can find anything you miss out in the Bayou Toyota Audio Vault, as well as at WNSTV's YouTube channel and our Facebook Live as well. We're on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Snapchat, and Instagram. And Luke answers all fan mail at luke@WNST.net, as well as Baltimore Luke on Twitter. We are WNST.net. AM 1570 and WNST Towson, Baltimore, and we never stop talking Baltimore sports